So Easy Delivery Co., right? It's a little indie game about driving around a snowy town delivering packages for chump change. And it genuinely turned out to be one of my favorite video games of all time. It was developed by just this one guy, Sam C. Hey, a fellow Canadian citizen. Yeah, that checks out. To paraphrase his devlogs, after finishing his university capstone project Chosen, he started development on a multiplayer-focused racing game. Through the development, he gained an interest in K-trucks and decided to model the in-game vehicle after the Honda Acti and theme the game around making deliveries. And I gotta say, I get the hype around the man, though while he used his passion to make art, I made a poor financial decision. I do this for every special interest. Like last Wednesday, I got really into graham crackers. After realizing how fun the core delivery gameplay is and making a few demos, he decided to also add NPCs and a proper player avatar who can get out of the truck to grab packages. And he decided this world should be popular with little cat people. From this point on, the game as we know it started to take form before finally releasing in September 2025. I first found out about it in April 2026, seeing this makeshift campaign for a cute little polygonal cat plush. Who's this little guy from? Looking into the game, it instantly intrigued me. The characters look so cute, but it takes place in like a ghost town. I think I already knew I was gonna love this shit. It literally could not be more up my alley. It had also just released on Nintendo Switch around that time, though I opted to get it on Steam because I got a discount for already owning Cloverpit, which is its own can of cinema for another day. Now, I know there are at least a couple of you who hear cheap indie Steam game and think, this game's better than that, I promise. Let me just tell you all the reasons I think this game's the cat's meow. Got nothing better to do anyway. It is a long drive ahead of us, after all. From the moment you boot up the game, the tone is set perfectly. Starting the game, a brief cutscene of the snowy landscape plays, and you find yourself in this blocky PS1-style world sitting at the wheel of your K-truck. All you're really told is that you're the new employee for Easy Delivery Co., and you're prompted to select a job. You do get some more mail explaining a few mechanics later on, but at this point, you're mostly left to your own devices to figure out what you're working with. So you open up your menu, select a job, just a very basic delivery around the corner for barely a couple bucks. You meet an odd shopkeeper who received the package, and they say some weird things, confusing you for someone else. Once you put the load into your truck, drive around the block, and place the package in the correct area, you receive your payment. Then you find the suspicious dog fella humming a tune by a fire. Everyone indoors is a cat, but the only dog is out here on the streets. Clearly there's some kind of ethno-state. You drive up and talk to them, and they tell you they'll fix up your map if you buy them an energy drink. So you scrounge up enough money, and once you oblige, you'll be able to take up jobs further downtown for more money with your newly fixed map. This dog, known as MK, gives you another task to open up a tunnel at the top of town, but this time you gotta save up $30 to get a lighter, and that's kind of the gameplay loop for the whole game. Making deliveries, saving up money to get more tools and abilities to reach new areas. The atmosphere thus far leads you to believe there's something more sinister going on, but slowly you realize that's just how the game is. I mean, yeah, it looks exactly like Silent Hill for Pete's sake, but there's really nothing to be afraid of other than just a harsh environment. Like, am I crazy or is that aura? It leads you on to thinking it's one of those typical games of cutesy characters that are actually evil and fucked up, but in reality, this game's pretty much exactly what it appears to be. By the time you make this realization, all the cool chill music starts to become more prevalent. That reminds me, I went this whole trip so far and haven't even put it on any tunes. Let me see what's on.
You're listening to 83.9 FM. Up next, we got Child Abuse.
This is a far cry from the initial pitch for the game, but you can still get some of the excitement in the final game if you want it. You can be as methodical as possible, take all sorts of precautions, drive carefully through the road, sink deeper into the role of a worker slaving away in the middle of nowhere for nothing. Or you could just say, fuck it. Take all sorts of crazy shortcuts, live life on the edge. In this game, traffic laws are more of a suggestion than anything. As long as your truck doesn't burst into flames or your package doesn't fall out, you'll be good. Even if they do, there's not really much of a setback. The package will just respawn nearby if it falls out, and your truck will just teleport back to safety if you fall off a cliff or something. It really encourages you to just kick back and drive however you please. Hell, you don't even get penalized for losing parts of the package. You can have multiple boxes fall out, but all that matters is if you get at least one of them to its destination. And the music really reflects this too. As you progress through the game, you unlock more stations on the radio, each with different kinds of music. They can range from insanely mellow, kind of jazzy tunes to more upbeat shit with like breakcore drums. Though personally, I think it's funnier to play the intense music while driving completely normally. And let me just take the opportunity to say that this game's soundtrack is phenomenal, and its audio design in general too. Like, this is one of the few video game OSTs I listen to outside of playing the game. It's really good. Interestingly though, in addition to delivering stuff, you also need to survive. Your GPS doesn't tell you where you are on your map, just the layouts of the area. Heard some criticism for this game over this, but I honestly thought it was kind of fun. Having to memorize the area to make good time, it does immerse you in the role of being this small town delivery cat. And wouldn't you know it, an icon did exist in earlier builds, but Sam removed it for that exact reason. You also have to make sure your little cat fellow has enough sustenance. They'll start slumping around if your energy meter gets too low. You can't stay out in the cold too long or else you'll start freezing. Your truck needs to be topped up on gas every now and then for absurd prices. Shout out to Gus, the gas station guy, who just hates your guts. It's actually not that hard to manage these things, and again, even if you fail, there's really not much of a detriment. It It is called that for a reason, believe it or not. But it can make for a bit of a tough choice every now and then. Will you go directly to the gas station, or will you hit up one more delivery on the way? Will you grab some energy drinks, or will you buy that new upgrade you've been working for? Okay, I've really got to focus. I'm running behind on this delivery, and I really need the cash. But there's some Bojangles on the next exit. It's so easy to get sucked into this world. It can get really addicting. Honest to God, first time I booted up this game, I played it for 3 hours without a second thought. Only this game can make the monotony and existential dread of participating in capitalism fun and relaxing. Just making deliveries, exploring the towns, finding cool stuff, taking in the scenery, even just talking to the NPCs. There's so much to hear them yap about. There's Cece, who's all about conspiracies and whatnot, Theo, an intellectual who focuses on their mental health and reading. There's a timid guy named Fortino who works at Easy Depot who has a bit of a crush on Ellie. It's so sweet hearing their perspective, getting closer to them, and eventually asking them out. Then you learn Ellie's the crazy cat from the bakery, which is just hilarious and weirdly cute. And then there's Fit from the cafe who flat out just wants to fuck you. It's cool to see these characters go about their lives and grow as you keep delivering packages around town. There is also an active plot you participate in over the course of the game that can have a few heavier themes. But I'm not gonna tell you about it. Play the game yourself. This game's also like deceptively large. There's so many little mechanics and secrets that you're left to discover on your own. Like, I didn't know until making this video that you could paint your truck. It's awesome, man. Do you see why I think this game is such a goddamn masterpiece yet? This is easily my favorite game of 2025, and that's not something to be taken lightly. I played a lot of bangers that year, like Eclipsium, Bollocks Pit, Deltarune. It certainly mogged the shit out of AAA offerings that year when it came to open world / cat-based driving games. I won't lie, as soon as I beat this game, I immediately double dipped for the Switch version. And believe you me, the plushie is sitting comfortably on my shelf now. Yeah, I'm a chump, but it's awesome to be able to play this game portably, and also horrible for my sleep schedule. Looking back at old demos for this game, you kind of get a bit of tonal whiplash. The world's a lot more lively in this old demo, seemingly more focused on being a frantic arcade challenge type of game rather than the more relaxing and subdued game it turned out to be. I think that's no more evident than this multiplayer racing mode that was dropped from the final game. It is kind of a bummer this mode didn't see the light of day, considering this is what the game was initially envisioned to be, but looking at it, I also kind of get why not. Still though, I wonder if we could ever see what this game might have looked like if it turned out to be the more fast-paced game it was originally planned to be. Oh, would you look at that? So yeah, all in all, I honestly can't believe how good this game is. It blew me the hell away. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the best game ever. Okay, well that's a lie. But it's just got so much to adore in every aspect of its design. The fact that it was primarily conceived and developed by just a single guy is insane. It's left a hell of an impression on me. It's definitely gonna be a game I hold dear for a long time. If you haven't tried this game before, it's pretty cheap at its base MSRP. Give it a shot for me, will you? Especially the Cloverpit bundle. That's like deadass 2 of my favorite games of all time for 15 bucks. And that's the last of the graham crackers. I spent the whole day driving back and forth through all this rough terrain, but it's okay because now I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna be riding high, just you wait. $2.06. Oh, I can finally buy Fat Prisoner!